ahead to do the live. Yes, I am early than usual because I do have a heavy schedule with clients and I'm getting the webinars ready for the eclipse and a lot of content for 2023. So, welcome for those of you who are new. We do have lives every Friday, and in the members, you can join our membership. You get the masculine, feminine, and karmic a week ahead of the game. So, hi Giggle, this Saturday, Western Australian time, in the evening, members will get masculine, feminine, karmic for November. Okay. And if you have noticed, yes, there is new content. I'm trialing a few things at the moment, and I will be working on the education content, which is the top tier level. So they will be getting education content. I'm prepping it for 2023. So they'll get the folder. They'll get to keep it for about a month per section and test it and trial it. And then the actual education for the twin flame path will be, so there's the intro video, and then you can dive in deep and really pick where you're at on the journey. You love the moonology. So is it something that you guys feel on a daily level you'd like to have? You know, I'll put a voting up and I'll ask you guys if that's something that you want. It's something I was providing to my members via the website, which was the chakras and how it directly impacts you, what the energy of the day is, and how we can best navigate those things. So, yeah, I do things from a holistic approach, especially because my ascension through my twin flame path was pretty heavy. It was like, okay, there's got to be a reason out there. So these were some of the tools that I'm providing through the moonology to keep yourself grounded, so you know what's coming up, how it can play out particularly. And we are really heading into eclipse season. This can be divine masculines, the phoenix rising moment. And when you do look at the twin flame path, it's very important to understand, you know, sometimes it's like we're trying to get our mind around the situation that we're masculine and feminine. And then sometimes when you know the person's zodiac sign and you're looking at it, it's almost like it relates to you more than it relates to them. It's because part of you has that masculine energy. And so the things that directly trigger us are almost what we're integrating inside ourselves and vice versa. You know, it's a little bit like Paula Abdul, man, you know, opposites attract. Lovely long hair. Yeah, I've had some moments that, you know, Venus at the moment is going through its death and rebirth cycle. And, you know, me being a Venus sign, especially because my Venus house is Scorpio, I'm like, oh, you know, hold on. You know, just doing the eclipses and looking through the transits, you know, I already did predict very much from, you know, down to weather patterns, some of the things. And I always want to go into the predictive energy of where I see things going. I really did see, because we did have Mercury retrograde, that we would have a reduction in supply chain issues, but it's not permanent. It is because it's kind of like, think about anything in business. If Mercury's retrograde, things get messy, right? This can be through weather, it can be through schedule, point blank zero business, it gets messy. So, of course, being that it was in Virgo and Libra, there was going to be that flow-on effect that I did see mid-October, it really showing some signs that there could be some slowing down of maybe resources with food and things like that. It's not permanent. It is going to pick back up, but it's looking outside the box. It's what can you do within your power to change some situations. Where can you be independent? And Uranus and Taurus, especially with the next eclipse, you know, it's hard to be stable with Uranus and Taurus, but what did it teach us? It taught us to be flexible and say, okay, well, if this over here fails, what can I do over here? So it's almost like you're multitasking. I pulled the ruin cast. I pulled the crowning energy, which is so, oh God, it's really getting there. I do feel this is the shake-up of things, both within our own lives and within the connection at the moment. And look, a lot of you might have felt quite depressed, which was the reason why there was a bit of a journaling I did. I placed it in a video. I placed the audio like a podcast in there, which is I used to come live and just go, right, this is the synchronistic energy. This is what's going on. It's perfectly normal if you are going through emotions of ebbs and flows and you're feeling really down and, you know, very nostalgic and it's bittersweet. almost like food don't taste so good, and then suddenly you're dipping into, okay, get the hell over it, let's move forward with this. It is because Scorpio dives deep, but it's emotions to do with our sexuality. It can be emotions to do with wounds that happen, people betraying us, secrets, having to know everything, maybe being quite secret of ourselves and protective of ourselves and not wanting to share the things that we're most ashamed of. So it's to do with deaths and endings and debt. So you're feeling the intensity of the Scorpio energy. But as we do reach that eclipse already, I do feel some of us are seeing the ripples of the Taurus eclipse, which I am hosting a webinar on the website for. So what synchronistic energies that we have? Feel free to put your super chats in. To get onto the list, we have both PayPal, which I did pin, or YouTube. Either or, not fussed. Whatever floats your boat, and you can be placed onto the list for the super chat. So don't feel you've got to wait till the end of the video. And my guides told me this morning, they were like, Yildiz, you don't need to do 3 sections. I'm happy about that. Do you know why? That for me signals that something inside the twin flame path's changed. I used to actually do the joint energy and masculine and feminine, but this morning my guides were saying, no, put it together. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. So it could be a synchronistic energy of a binding connection coming through, something changing. Look, do I feel that the masculines can be going through breakups? Yes. Feminines, if you're in a karmic relationship, it doesn't have to be a romantic one. It could be something that you're currently doing. It could be a job. Karmic energy can be built into our chakras. So it's almost like we could have a belief, and we've got this fight and flight energy going on. So it can be at times that we're getting to this place where we're really unmotivated, not wanting to do anything, and, becoming a doormat. That's, it's a sloppy chakra. We're going to feel that way, because we have the eclipse in Scorpio, and because Mars will be going retrograde. So if you're doing something in your life and you feel as though, good gosh, this is a lot, I really can't achieve it, I always say, look at the bigger picture and slow down, but format a plan in your life so it's manageable. And it can be really simplifying your homes at the moment, putting things away that's clutter-ridden, because you're simply not going to have the energy with Mars retrograding in Gemini. Communication styles within the divine masculine is going to shift. They're going to be deeply reflective. There's going to be a lot of healing. But there's also sudden endings. And I would say that, the axis between both Taurus and Scorpio for all of us collectively is almost like, spiritually we're dumping junk. We could see a lot of codependency. We could see a lot of manipulation. Don't be angry by it. Observe it and step back and let people learn energetically. A lot of times we learn, don't touch the stove, you're going to burn your hand. We don't do it again, do we? So that sometimes, my daughter says it all the time, and she's an Aquarian. Oh, Mum, let me learn my lessons. I learn things the hard way. And I'm like, okay, then you can go do things the hard way. That's fine. And that is how many times we do learn. Let's look at the ruin cast. I've been energy zapped for a week. Yeah, well, we do have Scorpio in our chart, girl. You know that. I have been, but I have set schedules. So it's like, you know what? You better get X amount. I think yesterday I had a lot of clients, and I did 5 videos as well. I was like, God, I don't know how I did that. Clients all day and 5 videos. It's like, geez. Productivity. You've got to be this week, and I've said to many of you, especially those of you that I coach with business, keep your mindset. I may put a webinar up on the website that, the members will get free of charge, because I do have a membership through the website. But for those of you, that want to purchase it, potentially coaching relating to the transits, how to best navigate it with business, and what you can do in the interim to actually get the ball rolling ready for 2023. So if you want to become part of that, subscribe to the website and PM me, and I will put that up as a webinar. And yes, it will be live, as in for the members, not a pre-recorded. That's what I meant. Oh, yeah. I'm going to find this bloody room cast. Excuse me. I am here. We are channeling. So, how many of you have been feeling up and down and emotional? How many of you had been feeling, what's her name? My name is no, my number's no, you got to let it go. Feel free to tell me who sings it. Oh, Megan, no. Her name came to me and then it flew away. Because, yeah, there is that feeling. It's almost like this deep, deep longing for the person, but deep, deep, like, this isn't so attractive. Some of you, I do really firmly believe you're going to have communication. Even though I think in the subconscious mind, what is going on? Hey, Fail Star, long time no see. I've been thinking about you again. We're going to chat. Oh, good God, we've got Swan coming up. Okay, so let's get into it. We have the Ruin cast for the week. It relates to Swan, quite synchronistic people in the house. So it's a bit of that, cliche twin flame Swan. Birch, what else? Oh, constellation Cancer, emotions. It was really funny. Over the last weekend, we went from the moon transiting in the house of Gemini, which was very Mars, because we currently have Mars in the house of Gemini. So your thoughts, your head, you're going to be up in your head, right? Then it shifted over for about 3 days in Cancer. And, it was my birthday on the weekend. Yes, I'm really old now. You get to a certain age and you don't care. You're sort of like, yeah, I think at one point I was 37 for 3 years. And I was like, really? I'm like, oh, have I suddenly changed years? Okay. So what I did notice in the energy was people's moods shifted. It was by the afternoon. It was like everything was kind of chatty. And then it hit this real deep emotional lull. And the thing is, for those of us that do have Cancer in our chart, we're super aware of energy. And so we're used to that. We're used to fluctuating emotions and, intuitive energy, synchronistically. We can pick up as empaths as other people. But, we particularly may have felt that everyone's energy was too much. And it was quite funny because the moon energy I uploaded yesterday was really linking to the Hermit card and Tarot. Oh, thanks, Star. So the Hermit card is where we go from the darkness into the light to reach the star. And it's usually in your darkest hours, you actually find the deepest clarity and it's innovation. It's like, oh, wow, I've had a light bulb moment. I can't believe I didn't see that before, but it's usually in the hermit mode that you find it. But I do feel we need to find a harmonization of both hermit mode and interlinking with human beings. Maybe 3 days before the eclipse, we're very close to it at the moment. Take time, prepare your home. It's a new beginning. It's something from the past that maybe you're picking up where you left off. It can be something that you're revisiting, but it's definitely a rebirth, especially relating to any scorpionic energy. Now, let's read the Ruin cast. So it could be something to do with home and family, your own inner emotions. Because it's Cancer. It is upright, thank Lord for that. Not that that's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. Nurturing, nourishment, motherhood, fertility, beauty, health, growth. Esoteric meaning, earth mother, spiritual growth, sustenance. Spiritually, my guides were showing me that many of us are healing our lineage, and especially with divine masculine. I do feel there's old conditions really, hi Dale, with, the Kundalini, the ascension process. It's almost the Phoenix rising. I feel it's almost like where they were holding themselves stuck, and which is something that feminines do go through as well. We always do. It's almost like you swap resumes of what you have to learn in a cycle. We could deem it as a karmic cycle, but it's, it's progression. It really is, because you're never the same again, and you're really glad you're not. Falstar and I talked about this the other day. It was like, it's a bit like the Matrix, the red pill, the blue pill. And, would we like to go back to the way we were before? Yes, but I'm actually far more satisfied. And, the more into my awakening I get, the less judgmental I am, both on myself and others. And we all have prejudice. You know, we all do have it. We don't realize it. And I think the North Node really showed us that. So I feel divine masculine at the moment. It's so funny because I picked one card for divine masculine, what they're walking away from and what feminine is walking towards. So something, we're going through a huge shift. What they're moving away from is enabling. Okay, it can be where they've come towards you and they're like, I want X, Y, and Z, but there's some sense of conflict, right? That can be a memory. It could be a direct individual, a belief system that they're holding. This is what my role is in society. This is how I have to be. And I think it's been really painful because, you know, when we feel we're letting somebody down, could it be a mother, father, sister, brother? And it's something that we've been preconditioned with. And we feel that tunnel vision in life that that's all we can ever have. That's, you know, we're terrible people if we don't adhere to it. That's the block. Okay, it's no, this is my role in society. How can I have, and it's we do want the best of both worlds, but we're actually not getting the best in either world, really. I feel that having this revelation, I feel as we move towards the eclipse, don't be surprised if the sacral chakra is popping off and you're picking up on it in the I would say 5-day. But it could potentially, if they're having tower moments, you may feel it through 4-day. You could feel really triggered all of a sudden, very panicky. Breathe in and breathe out. And what that signal is going to send to them is, it's okay, I've been through this myself. I know that you can cope with this. I acknowledge the psychic download. I'm proceeding forward, but you can feel this sudden shock, like you've got to go help and you can't, okay? Because it's their energy on their side of the fence. Trust that if you've been able to go through something, they also can go through it too, okay? So regardless of whether it's upright or reversed, I'm going to read the bottom section because this is a process we're going through, potentially yin and yang. Okay, it's a clearly auspicious ruin cast, promising the nurturing and sustenance of a new life. And it's so funny because look what the crowning card is, a new chapter. So the joint energy in this connection, there is going to be a new chapter. This could be a fresh start, a new home, a new project, a new connection, a new chapter. In some circumstances, however, the appearance may be in an indication of greater care and need to be taken. It warns against neglect or worse, intimate abuse, which, you know, when we look at it, Scorpio is to do with that because it's almost like, okay, you know, we did something wrong. Can we be forgiven? Well, you know, synchronistically, we all should be forgiven, providing, you know, and can you forgive a person? Yes, you can. But you need to get to a space where you know you're safe, and then it's a choice. It's a physical choice. Do you get what I'm saying? But and funny enough, the adultery card is in the past position. And so in order to get from point A to point B, it's like, where are we cheating ourselves out of happiness? Where are we placing all the time everyone above us, or feeling that something isn't ever going to resolve? And it's funny because the past position for divine masculine is the third party energy. So yes, do we have trust issues going into things, even though we see the full benefit of it, both masculines and feminines? Yes, I do feel so. I do feel this circumstance is turning about, but it's almost like there's a karmic shake-up at the moment, and it's happening on both sides of the fence. So feminines may feel in their life that something is really dying inside them and something's evolving and you're having to move forward. And it's like Megan, yeah, that's it, Megan Trainer. And like you're jumping forward and, you know, you're kind of leaving a soldier behind. And that's the depth of the despair you get. But it's not, it's that you're dropping that role of being maybe a parent figure to a partnership energy so that they can go through their soul process. Can you spiritually actually still be in the heart space? Yes, I do feel you can. And it's about knowing that if you can go to hell and back and you can go through change, that they actually, you know, are in strength. I remember saying to myself at a point in my journey, it was like, you're being a little bit egoic, Yildiz. You know, if you feel your twin or any person for that matter can't be like you, you're in ego. You know, you're not that important. So if you can do it, and it was bloody hard, they also can, and have love and light for them and understand that it's a process. Okay, some of you, it could be that there is a celebration coming up. Some of you may be very fixed in your belief of what it's going to look like. And I'd really highly advise to detach from that because, again, it's taking on that role of a divine masculine inside of a connection. It's like, okay, what would this look like? How would it play out? What pieces of the puzzle would need to be shifted about? Do I need to plonk myself on a particular place in the map so that everything is synchronistically in alignment? Now, what can that look like? That can be, well, gee, if I move, they won't know where I am. If I have, oh gosh, my phone broke, if I change my number, they're never going to call me. Believe me, they will find a way, okay? None of that ever happened. Twin always found a way in some bloody way. But some of you, it could be to do with a birthday. I'll just say this is a synchronistic message. But there is this joy and enlightenment. And some of you are like, okay, what would I need to do to make my life happier? And I feel within the relationship, there is this deep love that you both hold with each other. But it's also the, how can I explain it? It's like, are we in perfect harmony? I remember listening to a meditation at one point, and it was like, because we understand the fact that there's the spiritual energy. But there's also the 5D world, right? There's the 5D and there's the 3D. And it's almost like both minds are in negotiation over that. So it's kind of like an oxymoron, a contradiction, because to a degree we understand energy. Because we get psychic attacks, right? And we get the energy. It's a very feminines go through interesting vibrations in the path. Masculines do go through it differently. It's not to say they're not going through similar things that we went through. So when we do know that that is a factor, why then do we go into the monkey mind of believing, well, we resent the 5D because the 5D has been handing us a piece of cheese for bloody years. And we get into this mindset of going, well, I can see that on the 5D, but in a humanistic experience, I'm in the matrix. I actually don't believe that's the physical reality. It's because you have too much attachment in your problem solving. Whereas you could say, hey, I'm in lack mentality and I need some money. And, your belief system could be blocking that. And then as soon as you let go, have you ever noticed, bang, you walk past and there's $50 on the floor. So it's about not getting the monkey mind involved too much. So there is a celebration. There is something coming. But it's almost like your mindset. Both parties here, the mindset is, what does that look like? Do I think Divine Masculine has been meditating upon getting his cake with you? Yes, but in a whole setting, sort of like a vibe of going, this is what it'll look like when we're together properly. But both masculines and feminines, which is more than likely why feminines are getting a little bit cheesed off, is that you're channeling their energy at the moment and they're tired of hearing that white noise. They're tired of hearing, okay, when I get this done or when I move a job or when I break up with karmic, it's like that excuse base of redirecting on the map. They're tired of that. And I feel, it's almost like when you get sick of your own voice, it's like, well, I said at this date we were going to do this and it hasn't happened. This keeps happening, that they are getting frustrated. So they're tired of dreaming the dream. They're wanting to live the dream, but Divine Feminine is also wanting to live the dream. I really do feel Divine Feminine at the moment is looking to their bliss. It's not to say right now you're currently living it, but I do feel some of you are making a very conscious decision and saying, okay, within the feminine element of my life, what would I need to shift in my life to maybe drop some burdens, drop some pain body experiences and reconnect with life in a positive sense, be that a goal, be it a hobby. But I feel it's quite purposeful. It's almost like you're feeling disillusioned. So universe is pushing you to focus on something else. And it is going to take you to your bliss. Some of you, I do feel, are going to get gifts. I don't know in what context. Okay. I also feel there is this, for a group of you, a message that's coming through is particularly there is concerns for the karmics. Now, what do I mean by that? If you are aware of who a karmic was or is, especially you do get PTSD through these karmic cycles. They're not too fun at all. They can be very toxic. I feel some of you have actually skipped a path. How do I explain that? Explain better. Skipped a step and you've actually closed a cycle because you've come to terms with something to do with the karmics. Another group of you there is the pain body experience coming up, and you're actually feeling they're the problem and the pit stop. Once you detach from that, you're actually going to get your breakthrough. But I do feel there's also another message that even came through for, next for November's volume for Divine Feminine, is that we're getting to a space where we're wanting to come back out and have this grand entry into society and have a new look. It could be, beauty, makeup, clothing, having that va-va-voom going on. It's almost like the green-eyed monster maybe is on this connection, and you're kind of fearing that is going to cause a blockage, okay? For some of you, there could be somebody that is directly jealous. There could be somebody that is in a karmic cycle that is causing issues within this relationship, this contract between masculine and feminine. Yeah, it is. I'm so busy still cleaning up after the hurricane. Yeah. Good old abandonment wounds, aren't they great? Okay, I do feel there's a pocket group of you that maybe you're dealing with a twin that is going through a separation and there's a financial entanglement. There's also a person here who's quite a gold digger. I don't think this is going to remain an issue. This doesn't have to, for some it is a romantic partner. It doesn't have to be that they're currently with that person any longer. And they still could be problematic. Do you know what I mean? So it can be stalkerish vibes. I do feel, I don't know why I'm getting this, more so on divine masculine side. It is more so on divine masculine side. I don't feel it's on divine feminine side. For some, there's a pocket group of friends. It's like we go through this karmic cycle. So at a point, it'll be bloody friends. At a point, it can be co-workers. Then it can be family members and kids. And then it's friggin' the case of the X is, not X. X's, notches on the belt. Shit. And you will get to the point you'll look at it and go, I won't even ask what else can be. Every physical fair-based frequency you had has happened. Thank you very much, universe. So I think you guys have gone through that. So in a logical way, you're kind of like, if any ex wants to come back, you're kind of looking at it like, well, just bloody do it then. Get on with it. Do what you've got to do. I'll be there. Yeah, I used to say, should we have a pina colada? I'll be there. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Right. Now, is this person a manipulator? Yes, but I feel they're grasping at straws. I don't think anything good is going to come of this. Okay, I do feel divine masculine is making mention to and I can't give you legal advice. For entertainment purposes, this could be a divorce. This could be a severing of a contract, right? This could be the bigger picture of looking at, okay, gee, I've got to get a divorce and then we're going to separate the house and then we're going to do this and that. Do I think they're currently dealing with it? Yes, I do. Oh, divine feminines. Some of you could get an actual physical proposal. And I think, it's almost like when you do look at the path, depending on how long you've been on the path, if you're a geriatric, okay, we call geriatrics maybe the ones that are 10 to 20 years, right? Even 7 years is hard innings. But again, geriatrics of the journey, 20 odd years, 10 years, 7 years. Not a competition, trust me. I feel what you're looking at now is the element of marriage. What part of the cycle you're in and what you would actually want. I do feel that for some of you, you could be privy to some information of a separation. Some of you, this could be gossip coming through. I do feel directly for those that are in a karmic relationship, divine masculine is taking direct steps at this point in time. Some may have, especially if they're single, may have received most recently a text message from a karmic ex. I'm literally seeing them in a vehicle and looking down at the phone, and it's like they had this gut feeling and they've looked down and they've just totally ignored it. Yay, masculines. Yeah, they're not amused. They're like, look, I do not want to talk to you. Listen, Linda. Yeah, so it's in the past position. I don't want to talk to you. Now, in relation to divine feminine, how do I think this is playing out for them and the way they're viewing you? I feel that they're looking at life at the moment going, gee, divine feminine does want more. I do want to, you know, for some that are being really not able to articulate if they even have romantic feelings for you, I'm getting that that's really irritating them at this point in time, because they're kind of feeling that there is something they need to address so they're able to freely communicate with you at that level. They've got this group, I do feel they've got quite mysterious eyes. They're always, it could be that in a karmic relationship, the karmic's always hovering over them. For some, I do feel that they have not been as intimate with the karmic third party. It's like it's died, you know, it's like, yeah, no, they're not interested. They're avoiding, they're doing paperwork, they're keeping busy, they're leaving the house regularly. They're wanting to actually communicate with you. They're showing me a date on the calendar, so it could be between now and November. But at the moment, it's this urgency where they want to talk to you. They want to see if there's the green flag so that they can proceed forward. For those of you that did get communication, if there was a check-in with you, it's to get confirmation so that they can now take direct action on this karmic cycle. So could it be that they weren't completely out of it? I think they were, but I think it was more the closure of going, okay, I'm safe to love. But there is a new chapter. There's something they're moving. For those that went back, and I don't know why I'm hearing this word, and I don't like tags. Maybe they were feeling they were cowardly and didn't jump. I feel as though it hasn't changed anything. Their ideals are still the same. It's like, I still do want to be the divine feminine. I'm being chicken. Okay, I need to deal with this. Chicken. Funny, the first thing that I heard was Back to the Future. Yeah, this is a shake-up. Something's going to happen very quickly. I did say, you know, it's almost like no matter what, inevitably, this can be a move of house. This can be, I do feel divine masculine is wanting to come to a physical home. I feel there could be some conflict happening with those in karmic. It's really weird that this is coming up. This is masculine and feminine's read. But I think it's probably important that it is coming through, because if you are having ascension symptoms, getting some privy information as to why these things are coming up. You know, you're not crazy. Do you get what I'm saying? If you're feeling pressure that you haven't heard anything, I don't think it's going to be too long. Intuitively, I feel if this person's lying, a white lie could come out. But it doesn't feel anything bad. Do you understand what I'm saying? I feel divine masculine wants to actually marry. I feel for those that were in a karmic relationship, I do feel some of them, especially if it was a really fresh karmic relationship, I'm being shown that I feel this individual was really pushing for commitment in some codependent way. And, you know, let's shove the tag of codependency away. Almost securing the deal. So this can be a binding document. This could be having a baby. But it's like this individual was almost like saw the writing on the wall, and they've had these delay tactics coming through. But now it's cemented it even further, because I feel they're trying to exit stage in that. The thought of that makes them agitated. Feminine's investigating her options, but she doesn't necessarily want to go into something that is going to cause the same outcome. And, you know, generally, Dales, it won't. It won't cause the same outcome because you've gone through all these bloody cups, you know, it's almost sipping each poison. You're like, really? You know, so there is this notion that you're wanting a connection, but at the same time, it's almost like, okay, am I going to sip from the wrong cup? Am I going to, you know, am I still going to get this funky dynamic going on over here? Okay, they're making mention to, okay, Divine Masculine's popping in again now. Divine Masculine is making reference to when they first met you, and it's really funny because they're referring to it as your anniversary. They're also making reference to the fact that they wanted to, you know, to grow old and die with you. Right. Interesting messages I get through cards. For some, there could be a family-related dynamic, especially because the ruling cast is mother. This could be a mother figure. This could be a karmic individual, ex. It could be a parent figure. And a new chapter begins. But there is a partnership here at a foundation level. They do see you as partnership energy. They also know they can't lie to you. They could be a little bit more moody this week. I'm seeing them really quiet initially, but I do see it coming out where it's quite vocal. Oh, okay, this is weird. Some of you are going to of a separation, right? Some of you are discussing the fact of what would need to happen in order for a reunion to occur. Now, this can be happening in your thought process, but it's like you're going to hear gossip through the grapevine that this person, in fact, is single. This person is wanting a connection. Some of you are also feeling as divine feminines. It's like, I'm single. I'm going to go do what I want to do. And I think, oh, God, yeah, that's actually putting a bit of a fire under there. But let's see. A bit too many. Yeah, that's right. Okay, why am I waiting? There's jealousy here. There is jealousy. I'm going to ask when. Should we ask when? I feel it's because of the Scorpio eclipse. There's movement here. I feel divine feminine is like, this shit ain't moving. It's not moving. Nothing's happened. It's crickets. Feminines, you need to clear your third eye and your crown chakra. Get your fluid up. We're moving into eclipses. It's almost like the psychic attack energy is coming through. I feel the karmic's watching you. The karmic is looking at you as a threat. This could be because there's ripples happening in a connection for those in a karmic relationship. Not all karmics are going through it though, so it depends on the circumstance. That's a private reading. Okay, something's going to pop off very quickly. Yep. Okay, this can be a sudden offer that divine feminine is having. A change in direction, I feel, because divine feminine is changing direction and feeling disheartened. This is pulling the energy in. Don't you love that? I used to say that to twin years ago. I told it to my ex. I was like, oh, yeah, I always get my life together and this person comes back. What is this? I didn't know what it was. And like after telling that story, it was literally, I think it was 2 hours and I got a phone call. I'm like, hadn't heard from the person in 7 years. I'm like, you can't make this shit up. Okay, okay, there's something. I feel it's because of an energy that they're picking up. They directly are channeling you at the moment, and you are always interconnected. I'm seeing divine masculine coming through the gate, kind of feeling like, oh my God, what are we fighting for? What am I fighting for in my life? It's futile. I'm not going to win like that. I need to, especially if you're in a circumstance and you know it's not going anywhere, and you know that island over there, divine feminine, is where you want to go. It's like it's futile. I'm going to have to shift something. I'm going to have to jump in the deep end. There is divine feminine sort of going, okay, well, I'm changing approaches here. Yes, could some divine feminines embody a little bit of karmic energy during these eclipses? It is very possible. So could it be quite tactical, manipulative going into the Scorpio eclipse? I'll get my sassy on. I'll send a cheeky message. It could be. Is that bad? No, it's not. But in letting go and acknowledging where you're at, that, you know, looking at it going, okay, is this person teaming with me? Is this person teaming with me? Do I negotiate with the devil? If the energy is the devil, it's in reverse, right? I feel you're kind of shifting things up, however that looks for you. No judgment, all right? You're looking back at your life and going, look, I want somebody to be, you know, in the mix with me and, you know, co-create. I want a team. I want a team member. I do feel for some of you, there is a person that you're currently working with. Now, does it have to be employment? No, I do think they're quite attracted to you. I don't think you notice it. I think you're just doing your thing. This could be somebody that comes to your house if you're doing a home-based business. It could be some work that you're currently doing and it's a person you mix with. I feel they actually find you quite attractive, but you're not. You're sort of like, this could be a contractor, but you're not kind of fussed by it by any means. Some of you are aware of a co-worker that is interested in you if it's in the workplace. I'm hearing the term that these emotions have caused ups and downs with how you deal with the stress levels. 1 minute you're super detached, the next minute you could be eating. Masculine's coming through as a king, okay? I feel you're going to know when this person's ready, and it's almost like these intentions. You're turning your back on a circumstance, and you're kind of saying to yourself, look, you've got a lot of junk over there in the trunk, right? And it doesn't have to be that you judge it. It can be for those of you in communication, having that candid conversation and going, look, what does this celebration look like? This situation has been quite toxic for a while. You know, it's alluring. Some of you could have got an offer and then you were ghosted again. I do feel this is coming back around. I don't feel that situation is closed. You might have thought, okay, well, we had a really positive vibe and then everything went cold. What has happened? You know, why has this gone this way? Did I miss something? Poor clarifier. There's definitely a breakup with the karmic. Oh, okay. Divine masculine. I do feel some divine masculines were feeling that a karmic was a, you know, a soul contract, like a soulmate or a twin, but that, yeah, they were thinking it was their, you know, forever. You're definitely outgrowing a karmic cycle. You're sort of looking at it going, if there's a third party, I'm not remotely interested. It's not that you're not, it's that you're not feeling it can permanently remain that way because you're seeing the actual pebbles in the road. My guides are showing me there's going to be an offer. Now, this offer, when it comes in, you will completely know. I feel they're going to share some information with you. I feel some things that they weren't able to tell you, they're going to be digging into. This can be some information to do with their past, to do with the reasons why they didn't feel secure enough to jump into this connection. Some of them you can literally see on their face, for those of you who do visually see your twin. They know that inevitably this is going to come to a head. There could be a person that they were caring for that was unwell. Maybe that had a habit. Ooh. Okay, I think this is actually going down. Okay, my advice would be do a gem removal in your home. Anticipate sudden change. I don't think you're going to feel it. You're then going to hear it. Okay, first it's going to be a feel. Divine Masculine is keeping something quite private to themselves. I do feel that potentially for some of you, they're going to give you that information. They're going to tell you what is going to be popping off, how it's going to look. But there's something they're dealing with and they're keeping their cards close to their chest. For some of you, it could be that you feel that they don't love you because maybe it's a friendship situation. Maybe they've been hanging out with you in that format. And I feel this card's coming through to me as private, right? This is, how will I explain it? This is a very private energy that's going on, and they're taking a tactical approach. For some of them, it can be the chemistry between you is really dynamite, and it's like it's irresistible. Those that are being intimate with masculine and there is a karmic and you're aware of the karmic, I feel the karmic knows about you, that it's going to come out. And there's a line drawn in the sand. It's like the karmic could potentially be giving an ultimatum, but I actually feel it's divine masculine. I feel divine masculine is cutting a karmic out. They're being left out in the cold. This is kind of how it's going. It's like going from, yeah, just not attractive no more. But I do feel it's because of the way divine feminine is coming through, saying, look, you know, you can do you, boo. No shade, no judgment. I do feel there's a 3D circumstance. For those of you that do reach communication, I feel there's going to be some information that you hear about. Do I feel the for those that are in a karmic relationship that they've done something? I do. But I do feel there could be the sacral chakra activation and the urgency that they want to come towards you. This karmic don't like you. I do feel some of you do get stalked on social media. I don't know who this person is, but they do not like you. Any of you got a karmic stalker? They want to be like Mike. Do I feel they're on their way? Yeah, but I think it's going to get really messy. I've had some terry days lately. Hi, Deborah. You're a dad, Chris. I had a chain of very unfortunate events happen this week. It was absolutely hilarious. I turned over a new leaf and I'm making, healthier versions of food. And Tuna was like, what's that? I said, I told you I'm not going to eat all that cheese no more. Bree and I had a good old laugh about it. Cancerians with their cheese and their lollies. I am Cancer, I've got Cancer in my chart. So yes, I do. Mine's more the camembert and the feta, but moderation. Okay, do I think this new chapter, this is divorces. Okay, what I'm seeing come through in the cards is divorces. I'm hearing stalkers. I'm hearing gossip and a cat getting out of the bag. Unimpressed divine feminines. Feminines making major changes. Feminines actually evolving through outdated things. You could suddenly want to be throwing things away. You're ready for this new chapter. Are you going to get offers? You are going to get offers. I do feel some of you want to travel. Do I think it's the best time to travel? Probably bloody not. Okay, probably not. Do something simple. Anchor down, keep away from public. I'd say 3 days prior to the eclipse, 3 days after. Get your ducks in a row, get everything in your house. And if you don't have to be out, go to work, come home, take some time to allow that frequency to evolve. I'm feeling for some of you, especially those of you that are regularly in contact, earlier contact, but definitely something major is going down. This is a major change. I mean, the Ruin cast was saying a brand new chapter, right? Do we have to get rid of the ugly to get the new chapter? Sometimes, yes, but usually the ugly comes up to get that new chapter. Does that make sense? So it's very Scorpionical. We did have the Death card. What other messages are my guides showing me? Hidden secrets that the karmic had, I do think are coming out. And I don't necessarily feel there has to be a reason for divine masculine to choose to leave a karmic situation or divine feminine, because both parties do have karmic cycles. But I feel that the decision's already made and that just anchors it in. Does that make sense? Any super chats? Or should we just talk later? It looks like it's sudden. That whole foundation was like divine masculine actually taking action, not divine feminine. Totally run out of milk today. I think I've got that much left. I'm having my detox. I'm on a detox at the moment, definitely before this eclipse. And oh my God, when we reach the Taurus energy, you guys better step away from that cookie jar. Put them under lock and key. North Node in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus, eclipse in Taurus. That's a whole lot of overload of emotions. I may be putting up a special for November on the website so that if you needed bookings for November, you can get that added support. It'll be a 24-hour, 48-hour sale. So I shall put that up soon. What's happening? Massive migraines and palpitations. I'm not actually surprised, Giggle, because the moon moved over to Virgo. And it's your 12th house, technically, from the Libra chart. And Mars in Gemini, again, very Mercury in nature. So it's like overactive mind. It's a little bit like you're trying to read something and it's just... Let's see. I get the sinking feeling with your twin, okay? I feel as though they know they're running out of time. They're showing me a text message that was read. Gee, it's really strange. It's almost like they feel withered. They feel as though a misuse of power. Does that make sense? So they've got the Magician. It's like falsity of the way they use their power in the past. It's like, oh my God, okay. So could it be that, look, there's a karmic energy here, right? Doesn't mean it's actually in there. Not necessarily. I feel that they're working and they're avoiding things. I feel that they're delaying the inevitable. They do know that there is a new chapter. They're actually kicking themselves. It's almost like, okay, why am I not choosing for myself? Now, this can be... What's going on with this karmic energy? Is the karmic still with counterpart? They're actually saying don't stress if it is. They don't look very happy. Your twin does not look very happy. I feel the text message has actually solved the situation, Giggle. Does that make sense? Okay, so what I'm saying in the channeled energy is that some confusion as to the start of your relationship and it not. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm speaking in code here. And I feel that some clarity that you sent via email, text message, direct conversation, that's how they're showing it to me, is that this is kind of, it's almost like called the person out. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like you that has put that, now that person has no choice but to pick a side. Does that make sense? And so now they're looking at it going, I really fucked up. I've got to practice what I preach. I need to get in the powerhouse. I need to go towards my goals. I need to sort this out. Because if they did go back to this karmic, they now know they cannot have you, point blank zero. Your guides are protecting you. It's like, well, you have, if you ever want to come towards me again, that situation better be put to bed. Now, doesn't mean that they are with the karmic. Not necessarily. This is what my guides are saying. It could be because this person has not practiced what they preach too often. Universe is actually coming in and putting them in the naughty corner and saying, hey, look, this is actually affecting the flow, the chi of this vibe. I feel they're having less options. Okay, they're actually a little bit vain, and that's not a bad thing. I think it's almost like they're having a revelation that they're getting older. They're getting too old for games. They're getting too old for hidden secrets, and they do know ultimately they want to be with you, but they also feel this disciplinary energy that is about, like, if they are to come towards you, they can't muck with you. You smell it, you sense it, you feel it. You're going to now be asking more questions, and it's going to be, okay, so I can actually make my choice. Well, you're going to have to be really clear with me. What exactly is going on here? And I feel it's almost like this is more a conversation about the person of the past, not necessarily that they are actually with them. Does that make sense? But definitely, in order for that to move forward, you're going to be like, look, yeah, I'm smelling her out here. We need to get to the crux of this. And I think that's going to be the way you're going to address it. But they know, they're like looking at it going, I messed up. This isn't, because they're breaking a pattern. This pattern's not going to work any longer. Do I feel they're still working a lot? Yeah. But they're making reference to the fact that because they had been working quite hard, that they feel that they're aging, and like they do pride their appearance. So when they're looking in the mirror, it's funny, the Magician card was actually shown to me where this person was looking in the mirror and going, dude, you look bad. I love this guy. He's funny. Thanks for that, Google. But yes, you're a very prideful person. Nothing wrong with their looks, but they definitely have he's probably doing a better job with his facials than me. Shit. Yes, Giggle, I have been using the products. My daughter for my birthday gave me old lady products, which I always have looked after my skin, but of late, because I've been working so hard, I haven't done shit. So I'm a pro now because the package said pro. Okay, who do we have next? Sent the payment to PayPal. What is going on? So it's Marie next. Are we gather? Hi, Marie. How are we doing? What is going on with my twin in the 3D? Thank you. Check. Week by week, I'm telling you, this app goes from having super exuberantly large, I don't know about that, Giggle. Like they say. I'm turning over a new leaf at the minute. I may be doing a feminine challenge on the website. That can be like check-ins and exercise and, you know, kind of motivation for us to get our bodies back in shape. If you want to come join, come grab a ticket. They're anti-old. I don't think we can avoid getting old. Botox. Good grief. I better keep an eye on the time because I do have a lot of clients today. Let me see. So, Marie, what is going on? I feel nervous, Marie. Have you seen this person lately? Is it your energy that's nervous or theirs? It's like silent. It's like one person isn't wanting to talk about a particular subject. There's something here, but it's like, what is happening? It's been 10 months, yeah, because it's like just... Are you getting pissed off? I wouldn't say you're getting pissed off. Are they in a karmic relationship? You're on their mind. You are definitely on their mind. You're very reminiscent of the past, but you're frustrated. You're being mad. I'm seeing a karmic here. So this could be a child, a mother, a partner. They were, I don't know now. That's kind of nagging on you. It's like, okay, because I asked, is this person, like, where are they at? And the first card that came up is karmic. Do I feel it's fun? No. Why am I saying a text message? Have you received a text message? I'm saying a text message. It's currently saying they are, but you're on their mind. So I do feel they're at a left and right. Yeah, they're not too happy with it. I sent one ages ago. I never got a response. I do feel it's because they were in a karmic relationship. Look at this. They're like, this person's driving me crazy. Because they are directly thinking about you. Now, does this feel like a traditional relationship, a cliche relationship? Yes. They're making reference to the text message. They're bored as hell, right? They're bored as hell with this. Sort of like, what the heck did I get myself into? Oh man, you know what? They feel a bit used. They do feel that this person maybe was in the connection for monetary related reasons. Or there could be a monetary related dynamic, but it's like they I'm trying to get the information, bear with me. Because they're more relating this to a past situation. So what do I mean by that? Where they're at the moment is between two worlds. So they're kind of psychologically healing over the fact that they made a decision. They gave something a shot. Could this look like this person could have children? So it could be your twin having children, or the person that they're directly involved with could have children. Could it be jointly? Possibly. It feels like, because I'm hearing a cliche of a traditional relationship. Could this have been a person that they knew a very long time ago? Yes, maybe. I do feel that they had a lot in common, okay, at a point. But I feel they've kind of looked at this now, and it's reached a cycle. It's not a very happy space. You know, they know that ultimately, you know, it's going to look messy before it looks pretty. You may actually get a text message, but I feel it's more going to be as this person's transitioning away from this. They also feel that because they didn't respond, you're going to be angry. Well, this karmic, whoever this karmic is, I do feel they have children. They're making reference to this looking like a traditional family home. It's not traditional, though. It's, you know, eat, pray, repeat kind of energy. Not that that's a bad thing, but this is what I'm physically seeing around this person at this point in time. Are they happy? No. They do know in a transition they do want to proceed forward. Yeah, well, there you go. Because it felt like a very long, well, there's kids here, so this can be siblings of some shape or form. But they're making reference to children. How old is he? Hi, Ben. How's your beautiful home? It depends on the context, Murray. I think if it was, hey, you know, because I do think this. So, is it you that has children? Because they're definitely making reference to children, and the children, it's like that feeling of a traditional family. I think both of you at the moment are subconsciously going through a deep transformation as to what you both thought maybe your life would look like and what it currently does, and the disheartened energy. I do think so. I feel your twin knows that you have children. I feel they're caught between two worlds. I do feel they're kind of looking at this connection and going, look, this isn't really, they're very successful in their career. I can say that. And it's sort of like that kind of does give them some sense of purpose. If they didn't have that, I think they would be really going a little bit batshit crazy. I do see that there is a conversation coming through, and I do think you will answer. I'll leave it at that. But at the moment, this karmic situation, it's like ready to head out the door. I think because you have gone through something similar, they're actually looking at that and wanting to make a decision and thinking, if you can do it, I can do it. Does that make sense? Ciao. I'll just quickly read what Ben said. Yeah, like I do, like really prides their work, Marie. Really does pride their work. I do feel there's change going on, but it's like if you've been through it, then look at how their process would be. But don't think they're not going to. They are. But they are thinking about you quite a bit. Hungry as all hell right now. I've forgotten what star sign you are, Ben. Not Capricorn. I'm still not fully unpacked, but I'm taking the... Do you know, Ben, I can honestly tell you I was unpacked in 3 days. I'm a psycho. Giggle knows this about me. If I put my head to something, I am stubborn to the point I kill myself. It's like, you know, and then I'm like, hi, I'm Yildiz from Yildiz Readings. I'm like, I will do this. I will do 2 months of content, move house, and come on here in my pajamas and do the readings and go, hi. I'm not normal. I've even come on here with a tooth abscess and I've got my ice pack and I'm like, and then I think it was within half an hour I had it extracted. I was like, get it out. Oh, dull. It'll be okay. Pisces. Look, we will get more hungry as we reach, next week. I would say it's going to start picking up. Because we do have the following eclipse, which is in Taurus. Food's going to hit really heavy with you guys as well. Make sure you check the use-by date moving into the Scorpio moon, because it's almost like you can get food poisoning or tummy bugs, gastroenteritis or something like that, STDs, protection. So, Char, just curious. Hi, Char. Let's have a look at yours. Oh, Betty, love ya. Let's have a look. Char, what? Are you in an amusing mood at the moment, or have you been? I'm feeling a happy mood coming through with you. I'm a freak. I really am. I'm like, twin, get out of the way. I'm on a mission. My daughter, said to her the other day, I'm clean. She goes, Mum, your house is always clean. I said, no, there's clean and there's organized. Organized is okay. This doesn't function correctly. Location for cards, location, getting a colander out, knowing where things are. You've got to live in the house first before you can do that. So you put your things away and then you're like, right, what's not working? Flow of routine, I tell you. I even threw makeup away, went through my drawers. I've been doing a huge cull of things. Happy, yeah, because I was feeling you were really happy. Char, come here. I want to hang out with you so we can have some happy vibes. Could you imagine us two hanging out together? We'd be trouble. Going into a bar with a cocktail. We'd be trouble. We would be honestly trouble. Bunch of us feminines going out. Oof. Poor divine masculines on the planet. Anywho, we behave. So, oh, good God. Okay, the one thing I am picking with, oh, God, look at me. I'm just rubbing my makeup all over my face. Char, your energy is really upbeat, but it does feel you kind of nonchalant. But you naturally, generally do have that demeanor. You're looking on the brighter side of life. You're looking at the comedy side. You've got that happy vibe. You could have a few tears here and there, but I think you're going to jump into it again and you're going to be quite positive. But it could be this chuckling. Do I feel that you could embody a little bit of what that main reading was about, which is, you want me. You need me. Yes, that's coming through. Okay, so there's this cheeky, vivacious chart occurring at the moment. Even though you're smiling and all, Barneys and dolphins and starfish, as my sister says, you're the high priestess, but it won't mean that you're going to be a doormat. And I really do feel at the moment, if people are actually needing on you a little bit more, you're going to be a bit more Mars. Because you're kind of like looking at this going, look, I'll be sweet and bunnies and roses and all the rest of it. But if I'm the hostess with the mostest, but I can snap. I will actually, I'll say what I need to say if I need to. Oh, okay. Why is that? Is there a female energy around you at the moment that is peeving you off? This could be a sibling. It just feels like I'm hearing female. There is a female energy that is really peeving you off. I want some of your smiles. At this age, though, I'll get more wrinkles. I feel with twin, there's a few toxic situations going on with the karmic. I still don't think they're together. This can be two things. It can be that there's a breakdown in the connection. It can be that they're living in two separate environments, negotiating it. But my vibe is that they're either not seeing eye to eye because we have this person popping off at the moment. But for some reason, over the last few months, I've really felt that they're not together. There's crap going down. And look, you didn't need to do anything. Del, you don't need to do anything. Because the karmic at this point, let's just put this karmic in the upright for a minute. Have a look at her. I need to control situations. I need to make sure that you can't have family members, friendships, personal freedom. Right? Is that permanently ever going to work? No. Right? Because this is what's happening. They feel worried about family. If you ever have to worry about family and you know that your counterpart can't discipline, create healthy boundaries, we can't be a parent to a woman or a man. And so ultimately this is always going to evolve, right? So I do feel this karmic has a set of expectations and requirements to actually physically be inside this relationship. And that for a while in the initial stages, it's like we adhere to those things. You're like, look, I'm doing my thing. You would have had relationships like this. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. And it's like, well, yeah. Look, I know that I went to Phuket and I love different styles of food. Does my Western, and I wouldn't say I'm Western, I'm actually European and Kiwi and a bit of everything really. Can I eat that cuisine all the time? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Not permanently. You're going to be going to the toilet quite a bit. You know what I mean? So this isn't going to permanently work. And I do see there's some cracks. You logically do literally feel, Yildiz, this person's not going to turn up at my door. And do you know what? Because you put that out to universe, the universe is laughing their ass off at you. They're like, wait and see. Have fun with that. Now you're like, I'm not smiling no more. But you literally are like, yeah, I hope they're having fun with that person. The chariot is coming to your door. So, oh, nervous. It's pink eye. Oh, you're so funny. Kerry, I felt your energy yesterday. It was really heavy, Kerry. What the hell is going on, woman? Don't be going down the rabbit hole, Kerry. Your energy shifted starkly. I was like, wow, okay, what's going on here? Breathe in. No, I've been fine, Yildiz. I had this great idea and I was like, okay, I do provide super chats to prepaid ones. I do it through the website, but I was like, okay, I'll put a poll out. Should I provide a free to attend? You've got to pay for the super chat, obviously, but a free to attend via YouTube private link to a super chat. Would anyone like to attend that? And I was like, I just share it in the community tab, right? And of course, to get in it, you'll have to click it. So when it's scheduled, you'll be notified for when it's happening. Fill it up and we can have the request for super chat. Yeah, it just shifted. Getting in your head too much. Do a gin removal, doll. I was like, oh, wow, it makes sense. I know your star sign, it's hard. But it was a huge shift. It was like, wow, that was a huge dip in that Hades. I can't say ocean. It felt heavier. Deb, go and check Deb's brand new book out. I'm so super pumped to see it. We had a good chat the other day. She has a brand new book out that does talk about spirituality. You can plug it, Deb. Give it a plug, girl. We're having a candid chat about it. Okay, so Kerry, what's happening here? You need to not burn yourself out, Dale. You know your Aries energy. You could be going from volatility to totally zapped, right? You've had a lot of emotions relating to love. These are old things. There's like the play energy coming through in your logic, wounds to do with the past, your belief systems. So it's like you could be doing shadow work at the moment. It doesn't mean that it's physically not moving. It doesn't mean it's not moving. It is moving. But I feel there's almost this fear that it's, all's going to remain the same. Does that make sense? You are going the right direction. It's perfectly normal, but you are picking up on things. Try to not, usually the less we do, the better things go psychologically, right? So from the 3D world to the 5D of what you're wanting to manifest, the less you think about this, I'm not safe. Was this person a player? Are they going to be a player forever? The better you are, because you're kind of like, well, if they are, I'm taking the ticket away. So that's the best I can actually do. And it's your power. And it's like, that's where consequences, cause and effect. It's like they know this, so effectively you are safe. There's a lot of chemistry here. They're very attracted to you. Try to not look at it through the conditioning eyes, because that's sort of blocking you. That's okay, Deb. I love you to bits. Do I think this is coming up? Yes. Be careful around your brother at the moment, Kerry. You could get a little bit moody, but it won't be massive. Do you get what I'm saying? Won't be anything massive. I think it's just going to be some slight moods, but don't feel anxious, because I do feel they're going to give you some advice that's going to be quite positive. I hope that helps, Kerry. As to that individual, it's a spiritual shift you're going through. You could hear gossip. You might see something on social media. I don't think it's staying stagnant. I wouldn't worry too much, Dale, but really protect your energy. I'd say do a gin removal, because, especially for those of you that are Aries or Gemini, you've got to really look after your auras at the moment, or anywhere. I'll give some tips in the Scorpio eclipse that I'll open to the public later. But other than that, we'll see how it goes, okay? Dawn, how you doing, Dal? Yeah, so go and see Deb's book. I'm telling you, us Libras, we've been busting our butts for the last 2 years. And there's all changes up, We're having the star point of Venus entering into Libra, which will be a big cycle, a huge cycle for Libras especially. Libras and Aries, really. For us, for Libras, anything to do with journalism, teaching, education. I told you got it done right in the nick of time. And your next chapter, you've got between now and 2023 to do it, Deb. I had some insights. I'll have to share some of them with you. Okay, Dawn. Hey, girl. Oh, you're looking at things and you're like, you've got contracts popping off left, right, and center. You're like, how am I going to do this all? It's almost like a chicken coop, and it's all cooped up and everything's going, and you're like, okay, how the hell did I go from over here to over there? And it's like, it shifted very quickly. Does that make sense? So it's like, it's day and light, and you've gone from feeling isolated and lonely to busy. Now, I do think there could be, with twin, you're looking at it with a critical eye, right? Do I think the communication is going to settle down? I do. To a degree, you're still going through that pain body experience, but you're kind of looking like, man, you're going through this, you're going through that, whole lot of white noise, and you're like, why am I fighting for this? You don't have to fight, okay? You feel, I don't know, I'm getting the term faulty towers, one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Like, you're down for it, but you're kind of like, did I put that out to universe? How did I end up with this? How did I end up with this? Do you remember I said to you ages ago, be careful, because we didn't learn. Sometimes we have these repeating things that happen, so that we can look at it through a different viewing glass, and it's usually what's going on in your life. It was actually already going on in twin's life, but you didn't view it that way, so you needed it to happen to you again so you could view it a different way. Okay? So now you're kind of going, okay, I better be careful what I'm manifesting here. I'm getting a new chapter, but you feel, in a way, a big conversation's going to come about, right? You're worried about it. You don't want to be, you're sort of like, you've got that traditional energy coming through. Is it appropriate for me to address this? Is it appropriate for me to say it? Is the cat going to get out of the bag? Is it a bad thing? No, because if you speak from your perspective, you've said your piece, whatever they do with it, it's their issue. Do you know what I mean? Because you're like, look, having the courage to address the conversation, having the courage to speaking a truth speaking a truth needs to match living a truth. So in living a truth, it can be, okay, in my point of view, where I am on the map, this is what I will need. Stating what it is, inside of yourself, accepting what it is, and then moving into that direction of that chapter. Does that make any sense, Storm? Because when we don't completely speaking the truth and living the truth needs to match. It can come through two ways. When we say something, it can be, I will do X, Y, and Z if you don't do X, Y, and Z. And that's generally, it's like, well, we're not living the truth because we won't follow through, right? When there's the follow through, it means we solidly have accepted, a situation. And we're like, look, this is already where I'm at. And that's because you're embodying something and going, okay, I actually want a relationship in my life. Currently, the situation of where you stand is X, Y, and Z, but no attachment. No, okay, because I'm telling you this, it means, if you say, yeah, 100%, I want to reconcile with you. And then if they don't shift, you stay stuck. Because when you have embodied where you currently stand and you're living in your truth, whatever that be, it means you really don't care whether they do X, Y, and Z, because your inner truth is, this is where I've got to. This is who I am. This is what I need. Do I think you're going to be able to go anywhere? No, I don't. Only because the universe is creating a synchronistic event in both of your lives at the moment so that you can see the mirror to gain your own personal power back in your lives. And once you do that on your side, you're going to find divine masculine's going to do that on their side. And both of you are going to look at life, control, goals, hopes, and dreams, and relationships totally differently. Do I think they want to talk to you? Yes, I do. You're reflecting upon it. You're going to find a way, but you're going to be quite surprised at the fact that this person is actually feeling exactly the same as you. But both of you have power, and there's something in this, in a lesson, in a sense, that has to happen. So it's happening for a reason. So sit with that for a bit, Dawn. The clarity will come to you. I'm gospelly telling you it will. You'll be like, everything's in perfect harmony. It's just great. It's beautiful. Hey, that's French kiss. Beautiful, lovely. Wish you were here. Oh, goodness. Oh, it's funny. I just read what you were writing, Dawn. They've been very nice lately. They will be, Dal. It's like, we don't generally... It's only if we're being projectile towards each other. Well, we're playing ping pong then, aren't we? So, yeah, as much as you give, they're going to give back. As much as we get scared, they're going to retract back because we mirror each other. Can you please tell me what twin feels about me? We haven't spoken for a while. How long is a while? What are they showing me for? They just showed me 4. I don't know what that's to do with. So have you already done your reads, Deb? Is Deb still in the house? Have you done your daily vibe, lady? Is your twin, my love, in a karmic relationship? And look, even if you guys get readings from me, I always take it from today. I don't go back down the memory lane. I get the channel energy that's coming through, and it's like it's a brand new circumstance each time. Because I'm hearing the term tradition. That just echoed there. That was really weird. Let's have a look. You've done your daily vibe. What's Ben eating? Okay, so what I'm currently seeing at the moment is they are Look, that they feel like they're balancing two worlds. All right? They do feel that. I'm hearing the term tradition. There's a big tradition situation coming up. You know, a lot of these reads are almost showing where divine masculine is actually feeling a lot of regret towards past choices. This is very interesting. Could they know people that you know potentially? It's almost like the spying energy I'm getting. I just get this spying energy. There's regrets to do with you guys not directly having full movement. There's regrets. Could they be hiding something? I do feel maybe. But this feels tradition. I just keep getting tradition. Are you both from two different cultures? This is a very interesting read, very interesting channel messages that's coming through. Because they're making reference to false starts, tradition, people's value systems. They do find you very attractive. Yes, we do, through family and old friends. Because the tradition energy, there's a worry about that, you know. There's a worry about that. They also have issues with particular friendship groups around them. They don't really trust them. They're very intelligent when it does come to who they do and don't trust. Is this person into fitness? Because I'm saying that they're really quite worried about their appearance at the moment. Not that I think they actually need it, but I do feel they're, yeah. I feel they're looking at it like, gee, you know. They're making reference to same culture, we have only had lots of false starts. Is it what that would look like in the culture? Because they're making reference to a cultural situation. You know, what thought processes are, what's appropriate, what's the next step? Because this person's coming through this week very traditional. I do feel they've got a traditional view. I do feel there's regrets towards the false starts. I do feel they were thinking too much about what people thought, how they would look at this. Do they want you to be their empress? 100%, right? 100% they want that. I don't know if this is them, a sister or a mother. There's some female here that's quite strict. It's all okay. I do feel there has been a pocket group of people that know about your connection. That's what they're making reference to. They're more selective of, they do want to reconcile with you. They do want to have this new chapter with you, but they're kind of worried that people are going to say, are you going to get it right this time? That's what's coming through for me. So it's like, is there going to be a false start? Are you going to get it right this time? Is it always going to be messy? They're getting over that. They're getting over people's opinions. They are doing the work and they do want to provide a lot more. They do physically want to live with you. I can say that, but they are looking at this very traditionally, love. So good luck with that one. But there is something to do with tradition that was really bugging them. It's like, you know, value systems, what it means to be a masculine. They're very strict and their appearance is changing. Most likely other people, I feel they're outgrowing those people. They're kind of like just getting over it. Like, I really don't care what you think. I need to move in my direction. Ben, how you doing, Ben? Were you surprised when I turned up on your channel? Were you like, this bitch? What's she doing here? I'm going to try not to laugh at Yildiz. You have a really good vibe on your channel. Oh gosh, I ate too much chicken. Yeah, I feel you, Ben. Yeah, I was like, geez. I'm on a detox. I literally had liquid diet yesterday. I had chicken, I had protein shake, chicken soup, some hummus and rice crackers. And then I made a European dish, which is called mola. It's like spinach. It's like a tomato-based soup with spinach, and it's all vegetarian. I'm telling you, what a detox. I need some iron in me. It's very high iron. It was a happy surprise. Yeah, I like popping in. It's got a good vibe to it. You have a really good vibe. So what do you want to know, Ben? Update, please. You feel there is this precipice of change. You're trying to download it at the moment, but you've got a lot of ideas. You're like, which one do I take? It's more dehydration, I can guarantee you, because Uranus and Taurus is going direct, and at the moment, anything Pisces related, I do believe, I've got to check the date. I'm pretty sure that Jupiter moved back in. I think it's around the 28th. So you're going to be thirsty as hell. You're going to be go, 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 go. What am I seeing? Creative ideas. I almost feel like you feel synchronistically where you've been placed in life is quite that, a synchronistic event, right? I feel that when you landed in your new location, you did get some channeled messages, but it feels as though you know that this next chapter is going to be quite large. It's going to be chalk and cheese. Like, it's a little bit like day and night. Do you get what I'm saying? So going from what you are, it's this almost like you can smell it. You can smell it. It's a little bit scary. You're thinking, wow, okay, so I know this is going to be totally different. To a degree, you know it's going to be okay, but it's also scary at the same time because it's going to look totally different. But you're evolving very, very, very quickly. You're hoping that this is actually going to help strengthen connections, but it's going to help strengthen the connection with you. Does that make sense? You do have worries at the moment you're trying to be creative where it does come to financial revenue. Does that make sense? About the three brothers I met at a cafe. Spiritually speaking, you will connect with soul connections. You'll meet soul. I just am being shown that you're going to meet people that are going to be important for your path as you evolve and shift. Yeah. But you're more than likely, Ben, you're channeling an energy that is on its way. And I feel you're going to meet important, critical people. But as you shift and evolve, it's almost like where you're at psychologically, spiritually in your ascension. You will meet people, and then old people will go, but we have to let go. We have to let go of, and it's not, hey, okay, you served a purpose. No, it's because those people are also evolving, and it can be that our roads split and we go up a road, we go back a road. But I'm seeing you having these sudden changes in the dynamic, but you just don't hold on too tight. That's what I'm feeling. Be okay with going with the flow with it and where it takes you. Your notion at the moment is quite funny because you have all these psychic energies coming in for you. In the humanistic experience, you're looking at the very basics of, this is going to help with tribe. This is going to help with my family. It's going to help with my love life. Things can get back on track now. But it's so much more than that. It's so different. It's more about you spiritually. Some big changes that maybe you've shifted attention into those areas, but something sudden is happening with you. It's very transformative. There's an income source here. There's something to do with money. This could be a business or opportunity. This could be subjects to do with wealth that you're looking at. You could have worries about it at the moment, but I feel you're working it out, okay? They were around 80. Yeah, spiritual, old energy. Don't share all your ideas, Ben, okay? I'm feeling in the next 4 weeks, if you have some ideas, be really selective of who you tell them to. Keep them to yourself, journal them, put them down in a notebook in it, and then, after the eclipses, go back and refer to them, all right? You're going to start getting tired. The other thing is, the cracks in the system of what need to go, you're going to be shown. Does that make sense? So if there's something that you feel it's not viable, this can be the value that you're seeing in things. You're going to be making shifts, but it can be that you're having to address some of those things. Yeah, just be careful of gossip mongers. My ears went off yesterday. Downloads coming in. Yeah, alignment. Look, your gifts will evolve. You'll get to a point where it could be the smelling, the hearing, your frequency as well through your ascension will go up and down. Any direct question? I don't think anything's bad here, but I do feel your business endeavors are coming through. That's the largest message that they're giving me. That your business endeavors, you're trying to map that. Sometimes the best way to do such is actually to completely step back, and it's more when the monkey mind isn't involved. It's just it'll be right under your nose, and you'll be like, I didn't say that. That's what they're showing me. I know. That's why I said Spirit is showing me this is more to do with you than them. All right. You're hoping it'll calm down, but at the moment, spiritually, you're integrating and there's something in you evolving, right? Yeah. It'll calm. Just observe. Oh, the joys of hormones. Yeah, dehydration. It can be dehydration, overtired. The transits are very difficult for pregnancies at the moment. Not that there won't be. There's going to be a lot of pregnancies, but who do we have next? I hope that helped, Ben. Is that it, people? Just in case I missed anyone. So, have you made any major plans, Ben? Because I can say, I don't know, do you have a downstairs section? Thanks, Giggle. Yeah, because I'm saying, I don't know, they're showing me sort of a base level and where you're going. There's some area in the room you're going to allocate for business. It could be a different one that you're already in. Weekend with friends, I can see. Do you use that for YouTube? Because things could get big then. I'll have to have a chat with you sometime through Skype. I'll love yous and we'll leave yous upstairs. Yeah, it feels like something's going to shift. I feel something's going to shift. Anywho, I'll love you and leave you all. If you do want a booking, you can go to the website and I'll see you on the other side. Take care, guys.